Japanese Tales, The Man-Made Friend. Saigyo, the poet and wandering monk, was living on Mount Koya when he ran into an acquaintance of his, a fellow religious wanderer who was staying on the mountain too. They met on a bridge and paused there to chat and admire the brilliance of the moon. Saigyo's friend remarked that he was off to the capital. Saigyo was sad to lose this companion, and found himself longing for someone else to share his pleasure in moonlight and flowers. Then he heard a man whose knowledge he respected describe how a demon can collect human bones and make them into a human being. He went straight to a wild moor where people left their dead. He put bones together and he made a man himself. At least it looked like a man, but it had a poor color and no heart or spark of life. Its voice, for it did have one, sounded like a musical instrument. It is the heart which is essential in man, however pleasing the voice may be. Having nothing more than a voice, the thing he made was like a damaged flute. Still, it was astonishing that he had come so very close, and he hardly knew what to do with his creation. He considered breaking it up again, but that might be murder. Of course, it did have no consciousness, and in that sense it was a plant, yet it did simply look human. He left it in a deserted spot. No doubt, anyone who found it would be frightened and think it some sort of apparition. Perplexed as he was, Saigyo set off for the capital too, to see Lord Tokodaiji, whom he had learned many things in the past. Unfortunately, Lord Tokodaiji was away at the palace, so Saigyo decided to visit Lord Moronaka instead. He explained how his experiment had turned out, and Lord Moronaka asked him exactly what he had done. "I went into the wilds where no one could see me," Saigyo explained, "and put human bones together to make a complete skeleton. Then I painted the bones with arsenic and crumbled snake strawberry and chickweed leaves over them. Next, I tied the bones together with thread and vines and washed them in many waters. On the skull, where the hair would be growing, I rubbed ashes from the leaves of Saikai and rows of Sharon. Finally, I spread a mat on the ground, laid the bones on it, and wrapped them securely so the wind couldn't get at them. 14 days later, I came back, and I burned musk and incense and did the secret rite of the soul's recall." "Well, that was right about right," said Moronaka, "but you did the rite of the soul's recall a bit soon. For myself, it happens I've made people by the Shoujo Major Council's method, but I'm afraid I can't tell you that method, because if I did, the people and every other thing that I have made would vanish. You do know a good deal, though, so I will help you. For one thing, don't burn incense. It's angelic beings, you see, not devilish ones, who are attracted to incense. And since angelic beings have a deep horror of the round of birth and death, you aren't going to get any life spark into your creature that way. You'd be better to burn musk and milk. And then anyone who does the secret rite of the soul's recall should have fasted for 7 days. If you follow these directions, I guarantee that it'll work. You'll see." But Saigyo thought better of the whole thing, and decided to go no further with the spells.